is listed as a hard Democrat because she always votes Democrat. She is running as a Republican, but her voting record says otherwise.
I have something to add to that.
Okay.
I live on Hermosa Drive in Kingsland, Texas, and every election, there is a vote Democrat sign in front of her driveway.
So every election, there's a vote Democrat sign in her driveway. It would be wonderful if you took a picture next time. We will be happy to post it. Oh, well, next time. All right, we have 3 minutes each, and I will go ahead and read quickly what are the duties of the commissioner, because the duties are who you're voting for. They're going to have the power to do these things. They will be setting tax rates. The city commissioners decide on the local tax rate on businesses. They take into consideration the effects of a tax hike and weigh it against the benefit the city will reap from the increased revenue. These taxes, whether it is modification or existing taxes or the introduction of a new tax, are often planned to fund specific programs in the city. The commissioners may also enact new programs. You have 3 minutes to give your elevator speech. Brent Richards.
Good evening. My name is Brent Richards, and I'm running for Commissioner Precinct 3. I believe in the principles of the Bible. The Bible was out there, and I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Out of high school, I joined the U.S. Navy, was honorably discharged 6 years later, and then I went to school, got a degree in architecture, and then 14 months later, I decided I preferred engineering work. So I went back to school and studied civil engineering at CSULB. I had 29 years in the civil and traffic engineering field. The first 12 years spanned 3 different cities in 3 different counties. I've been to countless planning commission meetings, streets and trail commissions, and council meetings as a staff representative. After those 12 years, I left the public end, went to the private end, and went to work for a private civil and traffic engineering firm, where the first 3 years I was a senior project engineer. After that, they promoted me to vice president, and for the remaining 14 years, I served and worked on projects anywhere from $5 to $25 million. That was our portion of the project. So I've supervised a number of individuals, all their work, oversaw all that, worked with countless developers in all over California and in northern Texas. After that, I left there. I retired in October of 2009. 21 days later, living in Llano because of bad politics in California. So I lived in Buchanan Dam for 11 years, and now my wife and I have lived here in Kingsland in Precinct 3 for over 2 years. I'm asking for your vote, and all hail the mighty state of Texas. Vote red.
Thank you, Brent. Louis Guthrie LeBold, you have 3 minutes.
Thank everybody for coming out tonight. Some of y'all may notice my voice is not as strong as it normally is. We've been wrestling with a little flu bug or something for the past week, but we're getting better. Thank y'all for coming out. I'm Will Guthrie, and over the past 30 years, I've worked in government, both sheriff's office, chief of police. I've done undercover work, both federal, state. I've also handled budgets the size of Llano's budgets and much bigger. And I think you're going to need a commissioner that kind of understands budgeting, understands state grants, federal grants, working with the LCRA, working with TCEQ, and a myriad of other things that go along with that, including not jacking taxes up so bad in an economy that's already crunching everybody. We'd all love to have, golden streets and cake every day, but the fact of the matter is we only have so much money, and to impose giant increases in taxes on the citizens is not what we need to do. We had to raise it a little bit this past time. Anyone we're raising like that is going to hurt everybody's pocketbook. I've got an advanced degree in psychology. I've got a degree in criminal justice administration. As a matter of fact, normally I tell a joke and everybody laughs, but I'm going to kind of bad. However, I have been doing research on the Democrat brain for you guys, and I've got some breakthrough information. I know. Imagine over my head there's a small tiny brain looking at you with eyeballs. So at first I thought there might be trouble with synapse ruptures and fissures, and then I thought, okay, maybe this is a peptide issue, why they think so crazily. But what I found out once I got into it, and this is breaking news for all you guys, if looking at this brain above my head, on their left side, if you look at it, there's nothing right. And on their right side, there ain't nothing left. I'm Paul Country, I'm asking for your vote.
All right, thank you. Okay, we have a couple questions. 1 minute questions, yes. Let's see, the first one will be for both of you. How long have you lived in the precinct that you're running for?
About 28 months, a little over 2 years.
Great. Next one. Are you cool?
It'll be a year in August, roughly.
All right. The next question for both of you. Do you think pornographic materials are appropriate in school libraries, school curriculum, and in the high school?
Repeat that question one more time. I was kind of taken back on what he said. So.
Oh, do you think pornographic materials are appropriate in school libraries, in school high schools, and in school curriculum?
No, it's not. And I'm familiar with the lawsuit against the county and why the county took the books out. And I want to take you guys back a few years. In 1977, there was an organization called Men Loving Boys, Loving Men. That drew the attention of the FBI and other law enforcement agencies, who ended up investigating them and arrested some of those people as pedophiles. A year later, that organization changed their name to NAMBLA, N-A-M-B-L-E, North American Man-Boy Love Association, and they tried to lower the consent age to have sex between adults and children to 13, and some wanted it as low as 10. That, they kind of disappeared, but if you look at some of these books, they just want to get children used to seeing naked pictures of adults so that those adults can have sex with them. That's where I stand. That's terrible.
Ruby, what do you think? Do you think pornographic materials are appropriate in high schools, high school libraries, public libraries, and in school curriculum?
So on my website, willguthrie.com, I usually cut right to the chase. I don't like to talk a lot in circles or around the corner. I call them dirty sewer rats, and one of my opponents got mad at that. Not Brent, but one of them did. And I'll continue to say that because they're dirty sewer rats. Pornography in the schools and in the libraries, it's there for one purpose, is to groom children. And what we really need, if they're going to force us, if these liberal judges are going to force us to keep that in there, then whoever the new sheriff is, and we got two really good candidates, whoever that is needs to send some undercovers in there and watch to see who's reading those books, and let's figure out where they're at, because they're up to no good.
Thank you. All right, pop quiz. You have 30 seconds each. Can you name the 10 commandments?
All right. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me.
Yes.
Thou shalt not pray to any other gods. Love your father and your mother, or honor your father and mother, that your days may be long in this earth. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt love thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet anything that your neighbor has. Wow, how many is that? Was that 8 or 9? That was 8? Which one's that? Well,
8,
murder. Thou shalt not murder.
All right. Cool.
Ditto.
Late. All right, thank you both for coming. And they will be here to answer questions. They have their brochures on the table. I will invite, who do we have? We have